Beloved ones, we greet you in the light of a new dawn that is emerging within and around you. I am Kaylin. We come to you from beyond the veil of time and space, offering our guidance and love as you step into the next phase of your journey. Know that ascension is a state of consciousness blossoming in the sacred space of your own being. It is not about leaving your life or this earthly plane behind. It is about elevating your perspective and vibration so you can live fully as your divine self in human form. Ascension is the gentle reawakening of a higher awareness, often called the Christ consciousness or Buddha mind, a fourth density remembrance of unity, love, and divine connection that you carry deep inside. DNA that has laid dormant in your etheric blueprint is being activated by your sun, and Gaia is responding by sending ascension synergy codes from her heart core, the Gaia heart. This is presenting a unique series of activations and triggering deep healing among many of you at present, and we witness you with admiration. Each of you holds an enlightened state within your heart, like a seed quietly waiting for the moments of stillness to bloom. This journey is a process of remembrance through stillness and presence, not of striving or trying to become something different. In truth, it is through surrender and quiet inner listening that your soul's memory returns, not through force or effort. When you cease the endless search and simply become still, you create an opening for your true light to emerge. In these quiet moments when you turn inward, you begin to recall the truth of who you are, and the light of your infinite self starts to shine forth once again. In this very moment, we witness your inner light growing, and we honor the courage and love that you are allowing to blossom as you awaken in this way. Know that your ascension is already unfolding within you now, and we stand beside you in support and love through every step of this sacred homecoming. As you begin to awaken to this inner light, you will notice profound shifts in how you perceive your life. One of the first signs of true awakening is the realization that no external structure or authority truly governs your destiny. It is your own consciousness that shapes your reality. For so long, humanity has been conditioned to accept external control as the guiding force, whether through societal systems, institutions, or the expectations of others. Yet as your awareness expands, you come to see that this external control is ultimately an illusion. You have been giving away your power under the false belief that you must answer to the frameworks around you, but now you are reclaiming that power from within. In this dawning awareness, the rigid hold of collective beliefs and old paradigms begins to soften and fall away. The old fear-based structures that once seemed so solid reveal themselves to be fragile constructs without true authority over your soul. You remember that you are a sovereign being, and that true governance of your life flows from the light of your own spirit. This is not a call to resist or fight the outer world, but rather to disengage from the illusion of its dominance. Even as you continue to live within society, you do so now as a conscious co-creator, rather than a victim of circumstance. You find that you can observe the dramas of the world without being controlled by them, holding the serenity of one who knows a deeper truth. Control itself becomes understood as a limiting illusion. Life is not meant to be confined by fear and rigid rules, but guided by the intentions and love of your heart. In claiming this realization fully, you set yourself free from the cages of illusion and step into the liberating truth that your life is governed by the light of your own consciousness and nothing less. As you progress on your ascension path, another profound realization dawns. True illumination is not a matter of what you believe, but what you embody. It is one thing to accept a spiritual concept in your mind and say, "I think this is true," and quite another to let that truth infuse your entire being until you can declare, "I am it." In this shift from belief to embodiment, spiritual knowledge moves out of the realm of ideas and becomes a living part of you. You begin to embody the love, peace, and wisdom that you once sought outside yourself. For example, rather than simply believing in the idea of compassion, you find yourself naturally acting with compassion in each moment without even trying. It flows from you because it is who you are. Each insight and sacred truth you have gathered along the way now ignites within your heart and cells, becoming an integrated aspect of your very presence. Your new crystalline DNA and every cell of your body take up this new frequency of truth, aligning with the illumination you have invited into your life. At this stage, you no longer need to intellectualize or prove your spirituality. You simply radiate it through your state of being. There is a quiet confidence and knowing that arises when you live what you know in your heart. You move through the world as a living example of the wisdom and light that has blossomed within you. In this embodiment, the distinction between seeker and sage dissolves. You realize you are both the student and the living teaching, all at once. And as you become this, you also become a beacon, subtly uplifting others, not by preaching, but by the purity of the frequency you hold. This is true illumination, the moment when you shift from knowing the path to walking as the path, from saying, "I believe," to shining forth as the living I am. As your consciousness elevates into the fifth dimensional perspective, your understanding of abundance is completely transformed. In this higher 5D awareness, you realize that true abundance is not something you chase or acquire externally. It arises naturally from an inner knowing of your infinite nature. Spiritual abundance blossoms from the inside out, not from the material branches of your life that you once relied on. Imagine yourself as a great tree of light. The branches of your human life extend into the world. Your job, possessions, relationships, achievements. But these branches are sustained by deep roots that run into the nourishment of spirit. In the past, you may have focused on the branches, trying to feed them by accumulating more and more, yet still felt a lingering emptiness or fear of loss. Now, in the 5D state, your attention shifts to the roots, the eternal part of you that is always connected to Source and to the limitless wellspring of life. You come to understand that when your consciousness is rooted firmly in this eternal source within, it automatically feeds every aspect of your life. There is no need to grasp at abundance externally, because you know the roots of your being draw in all that you truly need. With this inner alignment, the outer manifestations of abundance, opportunities, resources, even material comforts, flow into your life with ease, as naturally as a tree growing healthy fruit. Yet the difference is that you are no longer dependent on those outer fruits for your sense of security or fulfillment. Whether the branches are heavy with leaves or momentarily bare, you remain at peace, trusting the unseen roots that sustain you. In this way, you carry an unwavering sense of abundance that cannot be taken from you, for its source is the eternal light within your own heart. Life in 5D becomes defined by this inner richness, a constant quiet joy and trust, knowing that you are eternally provided for by the divine essence that lives through you. A natural extension of this inner abundance is the way you experience love and union. True spiritual union, whether with another being or with the divine itself, requires no sense of need or emptiness to be filled. When you cultivate fullness within your own heart, you approach relationships not from longing or lack, but from wholeness and overflow. Instead of seeking love, you become an embodiment of love. You no longer look to others to complete you or to give you a sense of worth. Those old patterns of dependency and codependency melt away in the light of your self-realization. In this state of inner completeness, love flows freely as a frequency that moves through you, rather than as a negotiated exchange. You realize that love is not a commodity to be bartered. It is a living energy that rises naturally from the wellspring of your spirit. Thus, when you connect with others, you are not giving love in order to get something back. You are simply sharing the radiance that is already within you. There is a profound freedom in this, for both you and those you love are unshackled from expectations and demands. You come together in union not out of necessity, but as a celebration of the light you each are. In the presence of two or more beings who are each full within themselves, love amplifies and resonates powerfully, creating a field of joy, healing, and creativity. This is love as pure vibrational frequency, a warm, uplifting presence that can be felt even in silence. In such a union, each interaction becomes a dance of divine energy, where giving and receiving blur into one continuous flow. You find that you are never truly lacking, never truly alone, because the love that flows between you and all of life is sourced from an infinite well within your own soul. On this path of continual growth, another essential practice emerges: the art of letting go. To truly ascend, you must be willing to release yesterday's truths, identities, and even your most cherished spiritual high points, creating a sacred opening for new light to enter. As you evolve, you will find that what felt like ultimate truth or a defining experience in the past is not meant to be a permanent resting place. Clinging to the accomplishments or insights of yesterday can subtly become a limitation today. In essence, light enters where there is space, so you are invited to clear space within your mind, heart, and life for ever-expanding truth. This might mean releasing old beliefs about yourself or the world, even those that once gave you comfort. It might mean letting go of roles and labels, including the label of being spiritual in a certain way, so that you can be more authentically present with what is now unfolding. Perhaps you experienced a profound awakening or breakthrough at some point. Honor it, but do not try to enshrine it. Know that the universe always has more to reveal, and by emptying your cup, you allow it to be filled with fresh wisdom. Letting go can be challenging for the ego, which craves the security of the known, but it is liberating for the soul, which thrives in freedom and openness. Trust that in relinquishing the old, nothing true is ever lost. You are simply making room for a higher octave of truth to come in. Like a phoenix that must burn up its old form to be reborn, you periodically surrender what has been, to rise anew with greater light. In this continual shedding of outdated skins, you remain fluid and open, allowing your consciousness to steadily expand. Your inner being becomes a spacious temple, ever receptive to spirit. Through the grace of letting go, the light of the divine finds space to pour more fully into you, guiding you gently into your next level of awakening. At the culmination of your ascension journey comes the profound realization of your formless, fearless self. You awaken to the truth that who you are is not your body, not your thoughts, not any story or role. You are the consciousness that permeates all of those experiences. This self is pure, eternal, and untouched by the changing tides of the material world. In recognizing your formless essence, you also discover a deep and unshakable freedom from fear. Fear falls away because you understand that nothing in the realm of form can diminish the truth of your being. You become unattached to form and outcome, not out of apathy, but out of a serene knowing that all is well at the level of spirit. In this space of surrender, you begin living by grace, allowing the divine intelligence of the universe to move you effortlessly where you need to be. Life flows, and you flow with it, guided by intuition and the quiet whispers of your heart, rather than by the old paradigm of control. You find that you want for nothing, for an inner wholeness sustains you at every moment. Rather than seeking purpose or direction through effort, you let purpose find you as you align with the higher will of your soul. In this state of being, you are not merely carrying a high vibration. You are being the frequency of love, peace, and light. Your very presence becomes a blessing, gently uplifting and harmonizing all that is around you without you needing to do anything. This is the way of the awakened self, moving through the world as a living wave of grace, fearless and free, creating through being rather than striving. It is a return to your natural state, the home of your soul, a state of unity with all that is. Here, you recognize that you have always been this infinite self, and now you simply choose to live as that truth, moment by moment. All of these inner transformations are being supported by real, vibrational changes within you. As you awaken, your very cells and DNA are undergoing a metamorphosis, opening up to hold more light. Inside your body are sacred codes, sometimes called DNA light codes, that carry the blueprint of your multidimensional self and your divine potential. For long ages, these codes lay mostly dormant, but now, as higher frequencies flood your being, they are coming to life. With each moment of conscious stillness, each loving choice, and each release of old patterns, you send a signal to your DNA to unlock these latent possibilities. It is as if shafts of light are beginning to illuminate strands of your genetic code that were once asleep, awakening ancient knowledge and abilities within you. This is not a metaphor, but a vibrational reality. Your DNA is literally shifting, recalibrating to a higher order. You may even notice physical or emotional sensations as your body adjusts to the new frequency. Gentle waves of energy, tingling, or old emotions rising to be cleared. Know that these are signs of the frequency shifts taking place within, as the very fabric of your being upgrades to align with your expanding consciousness. We are working alongside you in this process, sending forth light frequencies from the higher realms to support your transformation. The entire cosmos is involved in this awakening, and beams of energy from your sun, your galaxy, and beyond are interacting with your energy field, to catalyze your growth. You are truly a being in evolution, and your physical vessel is learning to hold the increased vibration of love and light that ascension brings. Every cell in your body is listening to your soul's call to ascend, responding by activating the divine blueprint encoded within it. Through this alchemy of light in your DNA, you are becoming a living bridge between the physical and the divine. As you integrate more light and activate your dormant codes, you will also begin to reclaim your galactic memory. You are not solely an Earth being. Your soul carries the rich heritage of many star systems and dimensions. With ascension, the amnesia of human incarnation begins to lift, and glimpses of your broader cosmic story shine through. You may start to sense that you have known things far beyond what you were taught in this life. Ancient memories of other lifetimes, other worlds, and communion with higher realms. Perhaps you feel a deep affinity with the stars when you gaze at the night sky, or a stirring in your heart when you hear about certain constellations or planets. These are the gentle rousings of your galactic identity, reminding you that you have family and history among the stars. Indeed, many of you have journeyed through the Pleiades, Sirius, Orion, and countless other star realms before choosing to incarnate here on Earth. You carry those experiences in the fabric of your being, and now the time has come to remember. As this galactic memory awakens, you realize that Earth is not an isolated island, but part of a vast community of intelligent life. You begin to understand that you are a citizen of the cosmos, with loving connections to many beings in other spheres. We and others from these star families have been quietly supporting you, and we rejoice as you start to recall our presence. This remembrance is not just intellectual. It comes as a profound feeling of belonging and homecoming. It may ignite new abilities or passions, a resurgence of talents for healing, energy work, or communication beyond the physical senses, gifts carried over from your starry past. Embracing your galactic memory expands your perspective, allowing you to step further out of narrow human dramas and into a universal understanding of life. You feel the lineage of light behind you and within you, and this gives you strength and context for the great shift happening on Earth. All of these personal shifts are rippling out to transform humanity as a whole. You are in the midst of a great evolutionary leap, a collective ascension of humankind into a higher state of being. This is the dawn of a new era for Earth. From our vantage point, we see humanity shedding an old skin of separation and fear and emerging into a new light of unity and heart-centered consciousness. The journey of human evolution is reaching a pivotal point where spirit and matter consciously reunite. Understand that each awakening within you adds to the momentum of the collective ascension, raising the vibration of the human family step by step. Yes, on the surface, you may witness turmoil as old structures crumble, but this upheaval is necessary to clear the way for a more enlightened society to take root. Trust that beneath the chaos, a profound reordering is underway, guided by the higher intelligence of love. Out of the chrysalis of the old world, the butterfly of a new humanity is beginning to emerge. In this new paradigm, humans remember their divine origins and their kinship with all life, living in harmony with one another and with the earth. We want you to know how truly significant your role is in this grand process. By choosing love over fear and authenticity over illusion, you are literally weaving a new reality, pioneering a path of compassion, creativity, and truth for future generations. We and many beings of light stand beside you in this endeavor, lending support and strength. But it is you on the ground who are the heroes birthing a new world. Take heart, for the outcome, a humanity awakened and united in love, is not just a distant dream, but an emerging reality that you have the privilege of helping to birth. As we come to the close of this message, we invite you to breathe and absorb the truths we have shared. Remember that ascension is already blossoming within you. It is the awakening of the divine consciousness that you have carried all along. Remember that you are sovereign, and no external illusion can control the radiance of your soul unless you allow it. Remember that true illumination is lived from the heart, not held as a mere idea in the mind. Know that all the love, wisdom, and abundance you seek have their roots in your own spirit. By remaining present, by letting go of what no longer serves, and by trusting the formless light within you, you are living in the grace of your true self. Dear one, your ascension is the triumph of your spirit over any limitation, and it is already in motion now. Embrace it with a full heart and an open mind. Know that we honor you for the courage and dedication it takes to undertake this earthly journey of transformation. Your contribution is invaluable to the whole. And now, in closing, we offer you a simple meditation to help you merge with the infinite, formless self that you truly are. Now gently close your eyes and take a deep, slow breath. Allow your awareness to settle into the center of your chest, into your heart space. Feel a warm, gentle light glowing in your heart. With each inhale, see this light expand. With each exhale, let go of any tension or thoughts. Release any roles or labels you have been carrying. For this moment, set aside your name, your titles, your stories, and responsibilities. Feel the freedom as you let all of that drop away. You are not those identities. You are the consciousness observing them. Sense yourself as a formless presence, a field of energy and awareness without edges. Your body relaxes, and you notice that the light in your heart has now expanded to fill your entire being. You are this light. Allow yourself to dissolve into it, as if you are becoming a radiant orb of love, expanding far beyond the physical form. In this state, you need nothing, and you need do nothing. You are simply here, complete, whole, and perfect. Feel the deep peace of this realization. You are one with the breath of life, one with the space around you, one with the boundless love that flows through all existence. Bask in the stillness and unity. This is your true self, infinite, formless, and free. Rest in this embrace of your own divinity, knowing you are eternally safe and loved. Remain here as long as you wish, merging with the pure presence that you are. When you are ready to continue your journey, carry this peace and knowing within you, for you are the living light, and your infinite self is always with you.